Hello and welcome to Mike's Red Hat Storage videos. My name is Mike Flannery and I'm a storage solution architect at Red Hat. In this video we're going to set up our client and we're going to connect to our Ceph cluster via the RADOS Block Device. First we need to create a cluster, a storage pool, and an RBD. Where we left off in video 3 was creating the cluster. We can see here all the steps, everything was successful, and we have a green check mark. If we go over to the dashboard, we can see we have a cluster. It has 6 hosts, 3 monitors, 3 OSDs, no placement groups, no objects, no pools. So we need to create some pools, some storage. Let's go ahead and do that now. First, I'm going to create a Ceph pool. Pool name is going to be object-pool. We're going to create one pool. It's going to be type standard. We could also create an erasure-coded pool, but I'm just going to create a standard one for now. We're going to create this with 3 replicas. Storage profile is going to be default, and the number of placement groups that I'm going to create is going to be 30. Now, if we wanted to, I could also enable quotas, but for simplicity's sake, I'm not going to do that right now. So there's what we're going to create. We're going to click Submit, and it will be created here shortly. If we come over to the flag, we can see that we're creating storage object pool, and now we can see that that storage has been created. Let's create another storage pool, or another storage. This time we're going to create a RADOS Block Device. So that's going to be in cluster 1 again. It's going to be a Ceph Block Device. The device name is going to be RBD0. Number of devices to create is 1. The target size, wow, it's not working for me very well. Let me shrink my screen down a little bit. There we go. Target size is going to be 5 gigabytes. And I want to create it in a new pool that I'm going to call RBD pool. Type is going to be standard, 3 replicas, storage profile is default. Number of placement groups, again, I'm going to make 30. And again, I could put quotas on there if I wanted to. Hit Next, hit Submit, and we'll get to watch that being created as well. All right, our storage pool has been created. Go back to the dashboard. Now we see we have 2 pools, but still 0 objects or placement groups, and that's because we haven't put anything into it yet. Now that we have that created, we need to go back to our client and get it ready to connect to the storage. The first thing we need to do is the subscription manager register. That has already been done. We've also already attached the pool and we've disabled the default repos. So now what we need to do is enable the repos that we want. We need to do a update for the system, and then we're going to reboot the system. Now that the system's back, we'll make sure that the firewall is enabled and started, and then copy the SE host file from the admin server. verified that we have the new Etsy hosts, and now we get to install the Ceph common packages. All right, the Ceph common packages have been installed. Now we need to copy the cluster configuration file and put it into /etsy/ceph, and we need to copy the admin keyring and put it also in Etsy Ceph, copying it from the initial monitor as well. So we'll do both of those now. We'll just verify that those are there. And they are cluster1, cluster1.conf. We need to disable the default features of the RBD that we created. We created it called RBD0. Get that updated in cluster1. Everything else looks pretty good. We disabled the features. Now we should be able to map to the RBD. All right, so the critical piece of this to see is this output right here, /dev/RBD0. That's telling us where this RBD was mapped to. So if we do an ls of /dev/RBD0, we can see that it's there. We can do an RB star, and we can see that we have RBD pool, and we also have RBD0. Now we can start using this block device. The first thing we'll want to do is put a file system on it. So we'll do that. Next, we'll create a directory that will allow us to mount to it. Then we'll mount. And CD to it. All right, we can see that we're in that mount point. I can do a touch test, EI test. This is data. And there it is. Thanks for watching my video on how to connect a client to Ceph via the RADOS Block device.